Hey everybody, so here I am with a solar heater collector. Now typically this would be up on a roof, but this one here is in here for repair. So I thought it'd be a good opportunity just to show you what I do to repair these panels. Now these panels, or collectors as they're called in the industry, are made up of a header, which is where the water comes into, and usually this will be found on the bottom, not on the top, but on the bottom. When you see these up on a roof, they'll be on the lower portion of the roof, or closest to the gravity side, and then the water flows up through this collector to that top header over there, and then the water flows back to the pool. Now occasionally these will develop leaks right here at the at the couplers, at the hose clamps. Boy, I forgot what they were called momentarily. And often as these age, the collectors themselves will start to crack or wear thin, but otherwise just pop a leak or spring a leak. So I'm going to show you how to repair when the collector actually starts to develop a leak, or does develop a leak. So stay tuned. You'll see me next up on a roof. Wear your fall protection. Here's the next leak, and you'll notice on all these I marked them with a yellow pin above and below the leak. That's on the second tube here, so you can see it coming out there. Thought there was another one on this panel, but I guess not. Let's go to the next one. So this is the second panel in. The leak is right here. It looks like it was a pre-existing leak. I'm not sure what they tried to glue those up with some kind of putty. So that's on this second line in as well. So we'll try to get that one. This is the third panel sitting over here by itself. This looks like it's the third vein in. Again, it looks like a previous repair. So what we'll do is go above, we'll go below it, plug it over down here, and then we'll go all the way to the top of the panel and plug it up. So as I mentioned, we're here to plug up some holes on a solar collector. Now, in my opinion, you get too many holes, you just need to go ahead and replace them. But for the sake of the internet, YouTube, I want to show how I repair them. There's more than one way to repair these, as you'll see somebody's already tried to repair these in the past. But I'm going to show you the way that is kind of a little more common these days. Now I'll just kind of walk you through it. There's this neat little tool. I'm going to put a link for this in the description. You get these plugs, cone-shaped plugs. They go into the holes here. This comes in the kit just to kind of push these plugs in deeper. Now I've found that sometimes just putting the plugs in according to the directions don't always work. So that's why I have also some automotive RTV sealant. Works really good in these kind of scenarios. I also use Henry's roof patch on occasion. But I'll just show you how these go in. And I've got about 8 of them that I have to do, so I'll try to get a little bit of footage on each one. But once you see one, they're more or less the same. So hey folks, before you see the repairs, if you find this video helpful and videos like it helpful, please like the video, subscribe to the channel. It really does help us. It helps the YouTube algorithm know that you like this kind of content and that it's valuable to the internet. So do us that favor, and now check out the rest of this video. So you can see I already cut this one open, but I wanted to show you. So generally, according to the directions, you want to do this actually right up against the header. That's because there's less pressure actually, because it can bypass, the water can just bypass the header. But since I'm here, I wanted to just kind of show you how this works. And here's the tool. I've actually seen the same cutter in a set of X-Acto knives in a hobby shop. I don't know if you can see the shape of it there. Hopefully the camera's focusing on it. There we go. So basically you want to cut the top half of your vane out, and you want to be careful. I'm doing this upside down for the sake of the camera. I would actually be cutting away from me in most cases. And it says you want to remove half of the vane, which we've done. There's an opening here. You want to be careful not to cut the adjoining vane on the collector. Now, keep in mind, this is according to the directions that is provided. You then take this little plug here, and this is what you want to cut away half of the collector, the vane there. There's a little hole in the back of the plug, and you just simply guide it as far in as you can get it, just like that. Give it a little twist so it lets go, and now that guy's somewhere up in there. Now, generally speaking, it works, and it works great. Sometimes I find those plugs will slide back, and that's where I'll put in the RTV. Alright, here's the bottom of that same header. This one looks like it'll be nice and easy. So again, that's that was the second one in. I'm not going to go quite as deep just because that hurricane strap is in the way. So they say they want you to cut about 1.5 inches out, and the reason for that is, I'm assuming, is because of that. That's how long that tool is. Seems like a reasonable explanation anyway. I think someone was flushing the toilet. So that's why you want to cut off the entire top half, but we just make it work and then get it all in there, all set. Alright, so here we can see all the panels are dry now. There's no leaks. See what happened here on the maybe not, the RTV. So it's still not quite dry in that little spot, but we had to jam the little wedge plug up into the header, and then I backfilled it with that RTV. So should last a good long time, or at least until it's time to replace these panels for good. Here's why it's important not to have a leaky panel on your roof for too entirely long. You could see just from that little bit, this calcification, that's all from pool chemicals. You don't see that anywhere else on the roof except for where the leaks were and where the standing water was. So you can see it burns through the fasteners, and that's when you're going to run into issues, and you're going to inevitably end up with a roof leak if you allow that to go for too long unchecked. So you should check your panels a couple times a season. Just make sure you don't have any standing water. So there you have it, folks. That's how you repair a leaky solar collector on your roof. And like I mentioned in the video, you don't want these panels to leak for very long, because not only does it waste water, but you also could be compromising the structure of your house, the structure of your roof, and start to get a leak, and that's going to lead to a more costly repair. So hope that helped, and really this is a very cheap repair. That tool cost, the kit I think costs about 45 bucks, and then the plugs they're super cheap. So don't be afraid to do this repair yourself. It's very simple. All right, till next time, Tim from Pool Pro Answers. Thanks a bunch.